This weekend in the United States, it was Super Bowl weekend, which means there's pageantry, partying, and some crazy conspiracy theories. There is some guy in Fox News that says pop star Taylor Swift is part of a Pentagon psychological operation to get President Biden reelected and somehow rig the Super Bowl to benefit the Kansas City Chiefs and her boyfriend, tight end Travis Kelce. Not a surprise, America is the land of conspiracy theories. There's Roswell with its alien visits, the Kennedy assassination, which appears to have had a conspiracy that is now unraveling, and there's a new conspiracy, so there's a conspiracy upon the conspiracy, which is kind of a conspiracy. And we are constantly ginning up new conspiracy theories, from the last presidential election to primaries this year. And now that we're in another presidential election, God only knows the kind of refined conspiracy theories we are going to get. Now, I've been with Danish girlfriend for over 5 years. We have been living together, and she tells me all about Denmark. I've been to Denmark. I've watched programs from Denmark. She tells me things that her father says about Denmark. Her mother says about Denmark. Her mother actually talks about politics. And as far as I can tell, there are no Danish conspiracy theories. Now, if you out there in Denmark or anywhere else with an inclination to Denmark know of Danish conspiracy theories, write them in the comments below and subscribe. And that is not a conspiracy theory. As far as I know, there are no Danish conspiracy theories. For example, I have not heard anyone say that the new opera in the Copenhagen harbor is really a giant radio station that broadcasts Danish TV to the rest of the universe so that the rest of the universe can get to know Denmark and assume that Denmark is the most powerful being on the planet Earth. Or that the cyclist who won the last Tour de France cycling races is a cyborg. Or that the Vikings weren't really humans, but they were aliens who came to this planet and then said, well, what are we going to do? Let's become Vikings. And then they went and marauded and plundering. And because they were aliens, they were more advanced than the humans that they marauded and plundering. The only thing that comes close to a conspiracy theory from Denmark is how stikflisk became the national dish. Was there something going on in the government? Or did the government send a space alien spaceship around Denmark to beam Omicron beams at all the Danish citizens so that they would profess their love for stikflisk? I mean, come on, Denmark. What's with it, you Danes? How come you don't have a conspiracy theory? Yes, I understand that it can be confusing and have misinformation in the news and can be dangerous and somewhat exploitive. But you know what? Sometimes if it's nice enough, it can be just plain fun. I mean, for example, this Taylor Swift conspiracy theory that she is a psychological asset for the Pentagon. And I'm sure that there is some other details that people have lopped onto it. It's just so absurd. It's fun. I mean, you just have to laugh at it. So I thought Denmark could benefit from a few conspiracy theories. Maybe just one. I mean, Denmark has given me so much, like Danish girlfriend and great visits and meals with her parents, that I thought maybe I should be giving something back to Denmark, the whole country. And you'd want something that's universal. And the biggest thing that has happened in all of Denmark this year was the recent abdication of Queen Margaret II. That's a big event if you think about it. I mean, it's never happened in history. It's much bigger than Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's football-infused romance that may change the course of American democracy. Now, I'm not saying we should go the Fox News route. Say that the Queen's abdication was a blatant ploy to keep Donald Trump out of the United States presidency for a second term, or that the same alien spaceship that was used to fly over Denmark to convince all the Danes that stickflisk should be their national dish. No, I'm thinking of something more playful, whimsical, something that involves me. Because if we're going to have a conspiracy theory about why the Queen abdicated, I ought to be in it. I mean, I have never been involved in a conspiracy theory. I haven't tried that much, but I think maybe I should take the opportunity to become the center, the linchpin of this conspiracy theory. And it's a good one, so listen it out. So here we go. 5 years ago, I started going out with Danish girlfriend. Then we got to know each other, and she started telling me a lot about Denmark, and she took me to Denmark for a visit. And over the last 5 years, we've gone several times. Now here's the trick. When I first went to Denmark, I had a new passport. Now, I have not gone anywhere else but Denmark over the last 3 or 4 years, so the only stamps in my passport have been from Denmark. Well, one of the more recent times that I've gone to Denmark and we passed through passport control, I presented my passport and they opened it up. And because Danish people are very orderly about how they stamp their passports, they were all lined up right in a row. If you go to France, they're just going to open the book to the middle and just stamp it willy-nilly. But the Danes are efficient and precise. And as a result, the Danish passport control official saw that I have only gone to Denmark and I have come back to Denmark and I'm an American. And why would an American come back to Denmark so frequently? Well, they looked at me rather sternly and they said, "Why have you been to Denmark so much?" And I go, now the thing is, my Danish girlfriend had gone in front of me, so I was kind of going, well, I'm with my girlfriend and we're visiting her parents. And they go, "Really?" And I go, "Well, she's right there, come on." So Danish girlfriend had to come back and explain that, yes, I was with Danish girlfriend and we were in fact going to visit her parents. Now, when you think about it, this passport control was very serious and took her, I don't know if it was a her or him, but they took their job very seriously. So when they saw this, it registered something and said, "Wait a second, this isn't right." Well, if they noticed it, surely the computers in Denmark spotted this and says, "Wait a second, hold on, this American is coming back." And then it probably got up to the Queen. And the Queen said, "Well, this guy's coming a lot. And he's with the Danish girlfriend. Maybe he's going to come back even more. Maybe he's going to stay here for even more time than just 2 weeks during the summer." And at that point she says, "I've had enough. I don't want to deal with this American who keeps coming back and may come back for even more." So she tells her son, "Son, I've had it. This American is your problem. I'm abdicating and you will now become the king." So I basically think it was my visit that caused the Queen of Denmark to abdicate her throne. That's a pretty good theory. That's a pretty good conspiracy theory, don't you think? It's not mean. It's kind of amusing. And it's not too complicated. Like the way these Fox newscasters says, "Oh, Taylor Swift is a psychological asset for the Pentagon. She might even have a brain chip in her head. That's why she has to fly to all these foreign countries to all the specialists who can do brain implants." No, that's complicated. And you don't want a complicated conspiracy theory. You want something simple that, people can understand and then talk about. And here's what I'm saying, Denmark. If you like this conspiracy theory, send this video to other people in Denmark or expats around the world. Take a link and put it in your email. This is how conspiracy theories spread and become really good conspiracy theories. Now here's another point. Since I'm probably going to go back to Denmark, that means there's going to be more conspiracy theories coming from me. And that's something to look forward to. I certainly am. Thank you kindly.